Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I know I recently made an announcement that I would actually continue with GTA only, but I wanted to make one extra last final special video, The Sims 4. It is still one of my favorite games, despite it being probably the least loved in the franchise, without a doubt. Um, it's hands down one of the most cash-grabby games I've ever seen in my entire life. Other than Rockstar games, of course. Um, which is kind of sad because both game genres have both companies that are turning to basically crap companies, and I hate to see that. Anyway, and no more of that. So I'm going to be giving my final honest opinion about The Sims 4 and my critiques with it, positives I have with it. The positives I have with it is that they did hire a team. I think it was about a year ago now. I'm not quite sure, but they basically hired a new team in The Sims 4 to update the game and fix patches more effectively. And they're doing a good job because there's only like two major game-breaking issues in the game at the current moment. Maybe even another one, but still, that's a massive improvement from like 50 issues at the time. So I mean, you have to give props to Electronic Arts for that, I guess. But did I say arts? Yeah, arts without the C or the just whatever. Um, Now, the reason why I love The Sims 4 still is because of the variety. You can do several things, and you can do multiple different things at a time. Um, it's a good game. It's not a bad guy. It's not a bad game by any means, but it is flawed, like in many, many, many ways that the other Sims games have. Like The Sims 2 is my all-time favorite Sims game. If you guys didn't know, it's probably a lot of people's favorites, of course. Uh, it's something that really pissed me off. Also, a new main menu for The Sims 4. A lot of people hate it. I don't know why. But anyway, Sims 2 is getting released on the new Windows hardware on the 31st of January. What pisses me off the most about this release though is that it's not coming to consoles or Mac, like Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, PS4, PS5, or or Mac. So yeah, that is what's pissing me off about this even more. So this re-release is only coming to Windows basically at this current time. And it's kind of pissing me off. Uh, Again, The Sims 4 is really not a bad game by any means. It's just so flawed. I don't really like The Sims 4 in terms of like personality. The Sims just feel dull and lifeless in all ways. They have the AI capability of a freaking I don't even know. Like it's so bad. Um, I'm not saying again. I'm not saying The Sims 4 is a bad game. It's a good game in multiple ways. I have fun with it every once in a while. I mostly play with the cult sims because I'm an occult simmer. So I play with werewolves, vampires, spellcasters, aliens, mermaids, all of those occult sims. So I don't play like with the family kind of gameplay. I do play every once in a while with family gameplay. It's just I don't play with them much because like the Sims are just dull and lifeless, even when it comes to families. Like, they're just like, oh, hey, child, I'm just going to give you a diaper change and put him back in the freaking crib. There's no chemistry between the child and the mom, or the chemistry with the dad, or anything. Like, there's just nothing there. It's lifeless. Um, Whereas The Sims 2, and even in The Sims 3 in some cases, they're more alive, and they feel like they're actual Sims, and they actually it feels immersive because they feel like actual Sims. But in The Sims 4, they're just not. And it's really sad to see a game franchise crash down like this because The Sims 4, it was really the first game I started playing. I started playing it back in like 2020, so like 5 years ago now at this point. I was like 13 years old. Um, Maybe even 14 at the time. Just depends. I am turning 19 this year, so yeah. Anyway, my birthday is on April 28th. So yeah, it's coming up pretty soon, actually. So yeah, The new main menu for The Sims 4, I like. It's more simplified and it's less complex. Like, it's like simple. First, you have like the main menu where you have your standard options where it says reload, load, new game, or it says load new game, library, or gallery if you're playing. I don't have like the connection thing on, so I'm playing basically completely offline right now. I don't have. I'm deliberately choosing not to use gallery right now. I just have my own personal library. Excuse me. Um, which you can do that perfectly fine. You can still play with any packs that you do have, as long as you have the latest version of the game, which I do. So, obviously, I wouldn't have this new main menu if it wasn't for that, because this update that came out on January 14th is this new main menu. Um, and I will say, something else that they improved, which thank God for this, is that they improved the performance finally. Something that just annoys me the most about The Sims 4 is like how the game just lags, and it's so annoying. But they actually fixed this. It made the game so much better, and it's more smooth and it runs significantly better than what it did before. I've tested this. It really does run better than what it did before. Um, I'm impressed by this update. I really am. Like I said, there's only like 3 main issues, major game-breaking issues that need to be addressed, which I think they probably will be in the next update, which I believe is on February 4th, but I could be mistaken. Uh, I guess just have to wait and see. So, my final verdict is if you don't have any other Sims game, and if The Sims 4 is your only option, but if you love other Sims games, and if you want to play like those games, I suggest to just wait and play something else, or if you really do enjoy the Sims franchise, just play The Sims 4, man. I mean, it's a good game. Yes, it's very flawed, and I will admit that it does suffer a lot of things that older Sims games and older Sims titles do have. But The Sims 4 does have decent gameplay if you're looking for gameplay out there. Plus, the base game has been getting significant updates, so the base game is much more better to play. Even if you have a few of the packs, like I do, I don't have all the packs, obviously, but I have some of the major good ones. Um, as you guys might know, I have Seasons, I have Cats and Dogs, I have this crappy Horse Ranch, which Horse Ranch and Cats and Dogs should have been together as one expansion pack, and I will say that right now. I don't see why they could have just not added horses into Cats and Dogs and just make it a pets expansion pack like they did The Sims 3. I don't know why they didn't do that, and it's kind of annoying, and it's just the fact that they didn't do that. Um, but I'm not saying that, again, I'm not saying The Sims 4 is a bad game. Uh, it's definitely good in many aspects, like the build mode in the cast, create a sim, but the gameplay is what's suffering from, you know, it's what's suffering a lot that older Sims games have, and that The Sims 4 lacks in the area of that department. But The Sims 4 does some good in some areas, like build mode and create a sim. But the major aspect of the game, which is gameplay, is the worst part about it. So take that if you will. There are a few things good about The Sims 4 that I do like to see. And if you agree, please please put something in the comments if you believe if that is good for you. If you have any comments that you'd like to share, or even post your opinions about The Sims 4 um, in the comments, go ahead. I'll pin my message if I put one in the comments down below. Um, the Sims 4 is definitely, it's a decent game. It really is. It is going up on 11 years old now. This is a 10-year-old game, which is just hard to believe, man. I feel old. It's hard to believe that this game came out in 2014, so I mean, it's really hard to believe, man. But my main video will be coming out maybe around 3 or 4 p.m. this afternoon, maybe even evening. It just depends if I can get to my video in time, but I do have school today, so I'm not going to be able to get to my main video throughout the entire day. So please take that if you will, and just I'm just telling you right now, I'm not gonna be able to get to my video, uh, as soon as I get home. So actually, I will be able to get to it when I get home. I just have to do a few things first. It'll take me like a few hours. I'll let you know when the video is about to come out. But this is gonna be like my side video for today, and it's not gonna be my main video. So this video is not going to have any edits or thumbnails. This is just purely based on my thoughts on the Sims 4. My main video will come out later today, so I hope you guys are staying tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out.